All right, friends, welcome to our application problem for Monday, May the 18th, 2020. So, our learning goal for today is that we're going to be able to break apart and put together five using pictures and a number bond. Okay, so we're going to do our application problem. It is a word problem. We are using the RDW method, so it's read, draw, and write. Parents, it's the same method that we use as in a whole group setting to complete our word problems. RDW is language that you'll hear from kindergarten all the way up through third grade, fifth grade, middle school. It is a writing the writing rubric that we use in math for um, decomposing and breaking apart a word problem. Okay, it will look different, of course, as you get higher in the grades, but the language, read, draw, and write is the same. All right, so let's take a look at our application problem for today. So for our application problem today, here's our problem. It says Windsor the puppy had 5 juicy bones. He buried some of them in the yard and put some of them by his dish. Draw his bones. What way did you divide the bones? Write the number sentence to represent the picture of bones. All right. So when we are reading, we want to identify the numbers that we're going to use. So I'm going to use um, let's see, this orange marker. I know that we are breaking down the number 5, so I want to circle the number 5. And I want to underline that he's going to put some of the bones in the yard, and then he put some of the bones by his dish, all right? And then we're going to draw out his bones. So let me draw, I'm going to turn the paper around. I am going to draw um, Windsor, and Mr. Boyce is no type of artist. So I'm going to draw, um, this is Windsor. I did better than what I thought, although it's not perfect. So that's Windsor. And then I'm going to draw his bones. So I'm going to I have a green pen. It said he drew some in the yard. So I'm going to draw some grass. And then he has a doggy house, doesn't he? Oh, he has a dish. So I'm going to I want to draw a dog house too. Uh-oh. Mr. Boyce's pen is running out. And I also want to draw his dish where he puts his food. Okay? So this is his dish. And this is going to be the yard. And so I am going to draw my bone blue. Where's my blue marker? Y'all know that. My famous blue marker. All right, so it says that he buried some of them in the yard and he put some of them by his dish. All right, so before we go into dividing his bones, let's think about the numbers that we can put together to make the number 5. So we have 1 and 4 equals 5. We have 2 and 3 equals 5. We have 4 and 1 equals 5. 3 and 2 equals 5. 0 plus 5 equals 5. And 5 plus 0 equals 5. Remember all of these fluency facts from last week when we were doing 5? Yep. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 0 plus 5 equals 5. And 5 plus 0 equals 5. Remember, parents, we want to give them the two numbers flipped in the order that they come, because we don't want them to get confused when it is time for them to sit down and actually do a fluency drill. Okay, so I am going to divide my bones up, and then I want you to tell me how I've divided my bones up. Look at my picture. Here's his dish, and here's the yard. How did I divide the bones up? I put 2 bones in his dish, and I put 3 bones in the grass, okay, in the yard. So who can tell me which number sentences that I use? You can use either 2 of them. 2 plus 3 equals 5, and 3 plus 2 equals 5. So parents, pause. Read, draw. We read the problem, identified the numbers and the important facts. Then we drew out the picture that went with our word problem. And now we're going to write it in a sentence. So our sentence is 2 and 3 make 5. Or 3 and 2 make 5. All right. So this is our application problem for today using read, draw, write. And our application problems for the rest of the week will lead us through the RDW method. So just a basic synopsis of our problem today. Windsor had 5 bones and he wanted to put some of them in the yard and then some of them in his dish. And we had to choose the way we wanted to divide his bones up. So Mr. Boyce drew Windsor. I drew a doghouse with a dish and some grass. And I took 2 of his bones and put them in his dish. And I put 3 of the bones in the grass. We also went over the 5 facts, so I'm breaking them down. And then for right, in my sentence, I said 2 and 3 makes 5. And then 3 and 2 makes 5. All right. So that is our application problem for today. If you have any questions, leave comments, contact me if you need me, or ask your questions during our parent meeting during today. All right. So after you have finished the video lesson that's going to come after this one, I want you to click on the paper, and if you are able to print the paper out, then you can go ahead and print it out and complete it. If not, then you can just copy the paper or draw the pictures and the number bonds to go along with the story for the penguins and the panda bears. All right, so that's our application problem for today, and I will see you later, friends.